What should a warm-up look like in the gym? I get asked this question all the time. What should I be doing? How long should it be? What exercise should I be doing? Set it up for me. I want to take some time here with this video to go over some of the things that I think are most important when it comes to getting ready for a big day in the gym. For a quick breakdown of what this is going to look like, we're going to do 3 parts: soft tissue work, some mobility training, and then strength training through that new mobility that we've gained. So when it comes to soft tissue work, I really like to use the lacrosse ball. I find it to be a bit more effective than using a foam roller, but you can use either one. The biggest problem that I usually see with people with foam rollers is that they just kind of hang out on the roller. They're just slowly going with no real intention or motivation. They're scrolling through their phone as they're sitting on their foam roller. Maybe they've done the same muscle for 10 straight minutes and then they head over to the bar. It's like, well, that's not really a warm-up. That was more just you chilling. That was just you hanging out. I mean, there's no other word to really give that. So if I'm doing soft tissue work, I might do, for a lower body, I might take that lacrosse ball and dig into my glute. I might dig into my hip flexor, specifically this TFL muscle, just right at where your pocket is. And then maybe I dig into the adductors a bit. So I find a couple muscles that I feel are the most tight that need it. And especially depending on what movements I'm doing for the day. This might be something great if I'm doing a big squat day or deadlift to get deep into this hip range of motion. I wanna make sure that the hips are all loosened up. So I might do 3 to 5 different muscles like that, spending like 30 seconds at each one. You do the math there, I mean, we're looking at like 2.5 minutes, not 10 minutes of just sitting there scrolling on reels, looking at videos like this. Real dedicated, focused, get in, get out with the soft tissue work. Everything I said, you can do the same with the foam roll, maybe going 10, 15 rolls. The biggest thing is that you should feel a change from that first moment that the foam roll, that the lacrosse ball touches the muscle to when you're done, you should feel that it's improved. So whether that takes 10 seconds, 15, a minute, I want you to go until you feel a change. Now, again, don't sit there for 10 minutes. I'd cap it at 2 minutes, but at least take some time, work through those muscles, and try to get them to feel like they've loosened up a bit. So that second thing that I really like to do is mobility work. The goal for this is to now take those loosened up muscles and move them through a range of motion. So a quick example for a lower body movement that I really like for this is if we're gonna do hamstring stretching, I like to do active stretching before we're gonna lift. I don't like to do passive stretching. So passive stretching would be where I just pull my leg up and hold it and stretch out my hamstring that way. We can lose some power output when we do passive stretching. So instead I like active stretching, and this example of this video here is an active hamstring stretch. Key is you use the muscles opposite of the side that we're trying to stretch out. So in this case, we're trying to stretch the hamstrings. So we're using the quads to straighten out that knee and hopefully get the hamstrings to loosen up a bit. This same example can be used with any of the muscles in the upper or lower as an active stretching and can be a lot more effective than doing that passive stretching before your lifts. The third thing I really like to do is strength training throughout this new range. It's hard to really just like give one example for this video because I have so many that I really like. Let's say we just worked on hip flexor and quad stretching. Maybe we do a quad activation exercise. So we'll do a deep lunge where we hold 1 inch off the ground. Or same thing for the hamstring. Like maybe it's a quick stability ball leg curl with a bridge. Or we do the glutes and we do my favorite exercise, the DNS star. Now we're not taking it to fatigue. We're not trying to burn out the muscles before we go hit these heavy lifts, but we're at least trying to get those muscles working a bit. This whole warm-up routine should take you about 10 to 15 minutes tops. You can always shorten it up and do 1 soft tissue, 1 mobility, 1 strength exercise, and that could take you less than 5 minutes. If your workout's already taking 60 to 90 to 120 minutes, 2 hours if I wasn't trying to sound smart. If your workout's taking that long, you're not gonna want a long warm-up and mobility routine. Take the principles that I've told you, customize it to fit your needs, and really get you ready for that workout. Well, everything I just said applies for the upper body too. I was just using the lower body as an example, but I do the same thing with my upper body workouts. I'll do the same thing for a full body workout. I just really pick the most important things from each. The upper and the lower. I hope this video helped you. If it did, make sure to hit the follow button and like the video, and I'll see you on the next video next week.